Have you ever wondered what people in prison do with their contraband cell phones? I'm Carrie, and I'm a former prisoner and a reporter who covers prisons, and I just wrote a story about it. Now, if you follow me, you've probably already seen a bunch of video and pictures from prisoners with contraband phones, so you might already have the sense that they're not just used for the nefarious purposes that prisons often say they are. Here's the story. I'll put a link in the description. So, one of the things that some of the guys I've talked to have used their contraband phone for is education. Some of them are actually posing as regular free world students and taking online classes, and their professors don't necessarily even know that they're in prison. One of my favorite ones, and I did another video on this before, is there's a group of guys who are teaching each other computer science. They have a big group message on one of the messaging apps, and they use Harvard's CS50 materials, which are actually free online. One of them told me that they'd even hacked the tablets and made a Linux package for the tablets. Not all states have tablets that can be hacked, so I'm not going to say which state that guy's in. Another thing that some people use their contraband phones for is getting better medical care. Like, there's dudes that are literally looking shit up on WebMD because the medical care in prison is so bad. In another prison, there was a guy that I talked to that said that sometimes they've actually used their contraband phones to call up front to the administration building for help when something happens, like a medical situation, and there aren't enough officers on the unit. Predictably, some people use their phones to earn an income, sometimes through online gig work or Bitcoin or even trading stocks. I met one guy who was selling his artwork online and pretending that someone else was selling it for him. I've seen people running whole ass innocence campaigns, posing as their own supporters. And one of my favorite ones was a guy in a southern prison who used to call and pose as his own father to complain about his alleged son's mistreatment. Now, I am not naive here. I do know that there are people who are using their phones for bad shit. But I'm just saying that people in prison are not always doing the bad things that prison officials try to make you think they are.